morning, Kit Kat. Hello. Yes, Miss Moral Compass of the community. Yeah, knows all things. Throwing shit she thinks will stick. Yes. The kind of narrative that's being spun, of course, by Miss Janie, who has to do the right thing, is a fucking lie, as per usual. But whatever. Everyone has a different opinion. Yeah, sure. And then some people are just out and out liars. And now Janie is backing Fod, which is hysterical, because Janie's the one who told all of us that Fod was sexually harassing her in her entire chat and her comment section. That's what she told us, Janie. So now Fod's okay because Fod disagrees with me. You don't see the problem, Janie? You really don't, do you? Girl, she probably doesn't have a clue, like, how much time. I mean, does she not understand that we all have already gone through all of those steps? We've gone through the just ignore him, just block him, just appease him. We've gone through all those steps already, honey. You're late to the game, as per usual. We've gone through all those steps. And he is bothering people who have already told him no. He's continuing to seek them out and message them. Do you know that? Has anyone told that to you? Probably not, huh? And then Sunbury, Shell, God bless her, she's so bothered that I'm not bothered by Eric. Listen, Eric doesn't bring his shit to my chat on purpose. I'm not even going to go into the PTSD I have from the last time this community dealt with this kind of shit. That's why I respect your boundaries. Thank you, Eric. Of all the people in this community that talks about diapers, it's not Eric. He doesn't bring that shit to my chat. He knows how I feel. Leave him the fuck alone. He doesn't bring his private life here and shove all of our faces in it and have us unwittingly be involved in it without knowledge or permission. He doesn't do any of that. I don't know if I even dare to ask about diapers. Yeah, no, it's private. It's his private life. I don't ask him questions about his private life. You know why? Because I don't need to know. And I didn't ask Kyle any questions either about his private life. You know why? Because I don't care. I don't need to know. Whatever he's into, he's allowed to be into. His personal life. Just keep it personal. Yeah, so I tried to listen to Princess Fortunate's couple videos that she's dropped. They're very coy. They're very like I know something you don't know ish. That's how they feel to me. And then you get to the end both times, and it's this maniacal fucking Joker laugh. Like, that's what it sounds like to me, or the Riddler, or whoever the fuck. I don't even know. Like, some maniacal laughter. She sounds like a maniac. Yeah, PF has gone full on weirdo. I hear you. Princess, unfortunately, that's funny, is a joke. Well, I really did want to listen to try to see, like, okay, what is it? Is there something else? Maybe I can still fix this. Maybe there's a way for me to help these people see what I'm seeing and get back to some kind of, place where we can connect again. There's just no hope for that. I can't listen to Janie. She makes my bowels loose. Shannon. When I saw Kyle on panel, my only thought was vulnerability. I followed a few days later, and oh lordy, here they come. They're after him now. I think a lot of people thought that. He looks like a vulnerable adult. I don't know anything about his, if he has any disabilities or not, and it's none of my business. That's private, and I don't want to know. I don't need to know that. Y'all chose to engage with him, take responsibility. It started with you, not them. Not me. I don't even think I've had one exchange with Kyle. He doesn't ask me anything. He doesn't come in here. He could if he wanted to, but he doesn't. Yep, Steph did take responsibility. She sure did, and she felt like she owed people an apology. She felt like she vouched for this guy and then felt a little weird about it. What would you expect her to do? I feel like Steph and Hello Starlight and all of them handled this the best way possible. And the problem that I have with Fod is the same problem that I have always had with Fod. Fod is quite bothered, but Fod doesn't respect personal boundaries at all, ever. They never respect mine. Every person that Fod engages with ends up rocking in a corner, sucking their thumb. Yeah, and she calls me a cow because she thinks that I body shame people. No, I called somebody a cow instead of a bitch one time, and she takes that as forever she's allowed to call me a cow because that's body shaming. No, I wasn't body shaming anyone. I just called them a cow instead of a bitch. That's it. They handled it beautifully. That's right. They weren't assholes. They put out information that they thought others should know. They even gave him a heads up and offered him a link. Thank you, Bodhi. God, thank you. Let's look historically back in this community, how things like this have normally, typically been handled. Okay? Usually it's a big, gigantic fight. DMs are dropped. People are crying and broken. This time was nothing like that. Hey, Ballet. It kills me people are taking direction from a fake life coach and an old stripper. Well, it's alternate reality time. That's how I feel right now. But I understand why Rep Ash wants us to get along. Like, Raquel, Rep doesn't want, her friends fighting. And I get that. And I'm not interested in fighting with Fod. Just leave me the fuck alone. I'm on YouTube. I don't expect anyone to alert me or protect me. Okay, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that, Irish Eyes. This is a Diane Friday night without Diane. Well, listen, I was on that show with her for years. So clearly My personality is going to be what it is. If you don't like it, then go to Janie's chat and talk shit. She's over there doing it right now. You probably will have a great time. And I do expect people to alert me and protect me here. I absolutely do. Especially people that I consider friends. If they know something that is, potentially a problem and they don't tell me, that's even worse, in my opinion. Dragging someone without knowing the facts. That's Janie. That's what Janie's doing right now as we speak, Irish. She's dragging me without knowing any of the facts. Do you want to go tell her that? Go let her know. I certainly will. Who's Jamie? It's Janie. And I don't promote her channel. You'll have to look it up. Yeah, people thought Ted Bundy was a swell guy too. Yeah, that's the problem. And I'm tired of people trying to tell you that your gut instinct, your red flag sensor, spidey sense, whatever you want to call it, is off and you're not allowed to use it. I think that is dangerous. So I listened to Sunbury. She said that, her biggest problem with me is that I have a problem with Kyle, but I don't have a problem with Eric. Okay, I've already addressed that and explained that several times. And I don't really have a problem with Kyle. I didn't say anything really bad about him. I didn't trash him. I didn't insult him. I didn't ask for others to go after him in any way. I simply had questions myself. And a lot of other people did as well. And because I have a platform, I'm going to discuss it. And I'm glad that I did. I just feel like he doesn't have a disability. He says he doesn't, and I choose to believe him. I don't want to speculate on his abilities or disabilities. I don't want to speculate. It's none of my business. And so, no, absolutely did not make fun of him. Did not make fun of his disability. Never happened. I don't think I said anything about Kyle that would offend him. I mean, if someone can find something and you need me to apologize for it, let me know. I don't think I said anything to or about Kyle that would make him think I'm trying to attack him or anything. Yeah, they are perfect people. We are sick. Got it. Yes, thank you for your critique. Hello, Starlight put out the information. She never told people how to feel. What is wrong with people? Thank you, Bex. Thank you. Hey, Eric.
Hello.
What's up?
So yeah, for the record, I brought up the specifics once, and I just indirectly mention it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about it ever.
Yeah.
Like it's not it's your private business. I'm not interested in knowing anything about it. And that's fine. That's totally fine. The only people that ever talk about it, I mean, of all the people that talk about it, it's never you. You're never the one that brings it from chat to chat, panel to panel. You're never the one who does. It's always other people throwing it around. And I don't understand the purpose in that. Like how people don't see that.
It's okay. It's like, I mean, like every time like I mention the past, all I say is like, what went down with me, what happened, or I've just been to hell and back. That's pretty much all I say.
Here you go. Hello, dear.
Hey. Oh my God. If I have to hear about these fucking wide brim hats, one where nobody cared, like they're making a bigger deal of it than we did. Like there was just some questions. We found out, we put it out there, and there has been like 10 lives about how horrible we are. Okay.
Right. And they've turned it into, we bashed him, we asked for him to be banished, we asked for him to be shunned, we want people to treat him horribly. Everything from that to, we hate people with disabilities. I mean, everything. Even though he has said he doesn't have a disability, I don't know. Right. I don't like the idea that that when you feel like a boundary, like you want to set up a personal boundary, I don't think it's okay for any of your so-called friends to tell you that you're wrong for wanting a boundary. I don't like that. I've never been okay with that. That's my biggest problem with FOD from the jump, is that I don't believe that she respects personal boundaries.
Right.
Can you imagine if we had
her feelings?
Right. Can you imagine if we had went live when they were having 5 to 10 streams a day attacking Diane? If we went live and told them they were wrong and their feelings were not valid? I know. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine that?
Oh my God. We had to validate feelings even when we felt like they were total bullshit, because I felt like a lot of it was bullshit. We had to say, well, hey, you're entitled to your feelings, I'm entitled to mine.
I side-eye people who disrespect boundaries. I side-eye people that do that because I think that's very dangerous behavior. And that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. When you don't respect people's personal boundaries, in fact, you get off on pushing people's personal boundaries, that's a problem for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, it's everybody, in the real world, if you say, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, like, in my real life, if I ever said that, say my husband was doing something, and he would just say, okay, I'm sorry, like, that's all. It would not be 10 lies, or if I told my kids, hey, you can't do that, that makes somebody not feel okay, they don't like that, they would just back off. Like, I don't know why we're not allowed to have boundaries here. It's so fucking backwards.
Back when all this went down with Eric a couple of years ago, or a year, I don't even remember now, a couple of years ago, I think, everybody handled it differently. It was everybody had very strong opinions, and they were very opposite of, other people's opinions. There was the whole range of acceptance or non-acceptance and everything in between. it became that anybody who said anything would be instantly attacked by people who felt the other way. And they're still doing it now. They're still doing it. Like, we're still having to hear about it. Even today.
Yeah, and he never brought it to YouTube, asked people to cam up doing that, or asked for emails, phone numbers, addresses. Somebody else brought that because he liked a tweet. He did not go around saying, hey, would you do this for me, or would you do that for me? Hey, could you imagine if he had done that? Like, if he had done what is being done right now, could you even imagine what he would have went through? Because I couldn't.
People wanted him murdered. Yes, murdered. I remember that, Shannon. And you were one of the first people to come out and say that was ridiculous. And lost friends over it. I mean, it was terrible. People lost friends. Friendships broke up over this. It was hard. It was a very hard time in the community. The other thing is that if you felt like you were, trying to be nice to him and trying to treat him like a friend, I guess, and then he asks, for your phone number or whatever, but you're not comfortable enough to do that, how do you have that conversation? Like, he's like, well, I thought we were friends. I don't know. Like, the whole thing that is so frustrating for me is that people are not allowed to feel what they feel. I don't get it.
I don't understand either. It's been that way for a while. Like, if you felt a certain way, you were, talked about, you had a panel. I mean, I get to having a panel to kind of say, hey, this is how we feel. But this is like day 3 or 4 of panels from morning to night about it. And then if we go live and say, hey, that's not what we said, then they're going to say we're still picking on Kyle. No, I don't even want to talk about Kyle anymore. Like, I said what I said, and I'm perfectly happy to move on. Y'all are keeping it going. That's just how it is.
Right. And he invited people onto his Twitter. He was dropping his Twitter here in streams.
Yes. Like, the name Kyle Clark is a normal, like, quote unquote, normal name. Like, you wouldn't be able to find him. He gave people his Twitter, asked that they follow him or DM him or whatever on Twitter, dropping it stream after stream. Oh, it's crazy. I just, after today, I swear, I'm not talking the Kyle thing. They can beat it till they're probably making him more self-conscious than anything, because they're like, because he was fine yesterday. He was on Wendy Widow's. I guess he sent Wendy Widow a really big cigar and a hat or something. That's what he was talking about. He was fine. He was unbothered.
He's a happy boy. Yeah, he's a happy boy. He's unbothered.
Yeah, he's not new. It's like, I'm 6 years that he's been doing this. And that's, like you said, that's fine. Whatever. Go on to the next ones, and they'll figure it out too. That's on that. I don't know what they want us to say. I don't feel bad for feeling how I feel. I just don't. I won't.
I feel like the way that you guys handled this is the way going forward I want this to be handled. I guess that's the community I want to be part of. So for those that don't want to be part of that, fine, fair enough. But I liked it. I felt like you guys were respectful. Nobody called his fucking family members or group home or other friends or whatever. No one did all that. Nobody, bashed him or wanted him bothered or banished. It was just, and no one even really judged it. People said, I feel weird. Okay, that's not even a judgment. No one's judging it. So for everyone that wants to, I guess trash us, because that's what they want to do now, they're turning it all into something that never happened.
But I felt like it was handled well. Nobody, I didn't feel like anything went into real life, and I didn't feel like anybody crossed boundaries. And he was even offered a link, like, hey, are we getting this wrong? Do you want to come up and defend yourself? Before the stream even happened, he was made aware of it, asked if he wanted to explain it, offered a link several times throughout the whole thing. He didn't want one. I don't know what else anybody could have done to make anybody happy.
What would you like to see happen differently? And if your answer is going to be keep it a secret and don't say anything, then that's the wrong answer for me. I'm not going to be able to support that. Yeah, because people have a right to know if they're being used in a sexual manner. They have a right to know that.
Exactly. And you see all your friends saying, yeah, we're going to do another hat party. And some people I don't know, this is kind of weird, guys. I mean, if you don't speak up, then when it comes out and you didn't speak up, it's, oh my God, you sat on this. You put women in danger. How?
That's what I thought too. I thought, can you imagine? What would happen?
What it would have been if nobody would have spoke up?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It would have been 10 times worse. We would have been horrible human beings because everybody kept this quiet and you just let this predator be here, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck off. Fuck all the way. Toodles, hello. I love it when you stop by. People have a right to know if they're being scammed. Okay, great, Toodles. Thanks for paying attention, but no one's talking about a scam right now.
Well,
try to catch up, Toodles. Try to catch up. Stay with the class, honey.